Hi, for those of you that don't know me, my name's Rose Deering and we've got a subdivision at Innes Park called Coral Waters. I'm here to tell you a bit about our story and our journey.
So what brought you to development, the idea of developing in the first place?
Originally it was about 2001 and my husband and I had just finished off paying off our house. John is a builder and I was working in the office. We were running a building business that we'd had in Bundaberg for about 20 years. Anyway, I was reading the paper on a Saturday morning, reading the real estate as I usually do, and there was a small ad in the paper for a large parcel of land at Innes Park. I went out to ask my husband if he would sell the house that we had for this block of land in Innes Park. He answered yes, so I said, oh well, we'd better go and look at it then. So we rang the real estate agent, we came down and had a look, and basically from there were a lot of hoops that we had to jump through, but we did manage to secure finance to buy the block of land, and 3 months later it settled.
So you'd never developed anything before. What sort of things did you do to gain your inspiration and to research development?
The block on our western boundary actually went before council for subdivision approval, and it was passed. So we watched it be developed, and John spent quite a bit of his spare time over there watching and learning and helping to get an idea of what had to be done for construction of a subdivision. We spent a lot of time researching, talking to our solicitor, our accountant, looking at feasibilities, inspecting other estates, learning what our competition was, discussions with engineers. It was a whole new ball game, so we basically had to learn everything along the way.
You launched the application in 2004. What happened after that?
Put in our application and then we had to wait. It felt like our whole life was on hold, didn't it? While we were waiting, and each month we'd think, well, you know, or each meeting we'd think, well, maybe it would come up, and I'd ring up and no, not yet. It wasn't our turn yet. And anyway, eventually 9 months later it went to a council meeting and it was approved, and as we were saying about the entrance, in actual fact it was approved with the entrance opposite Logan Road. So then we had to lodge a negotiated decision, and it took another 3 months before it was finally approved.
What were some of the challenges that you faced when you were lodging the report?
I guess one of the frustrating things is that the rules keep changing. You make one application and then when you make, council want a particular thing and they indicate what they'd like for the future, but when you make your next application and offer them that, they don't want it. So the rules keep changing all the time.
What happened when you did a request for a negotiated decision notice?
Entrance to the estate, whereas they wanted to shift it opposite Logan Road to form a crossroads, and I know main roads don't like that, and it's a dangerous situation.
This is Logan Road here, and this is the entrance to Coral Waters estate, and what council requested in our application was that Logan Road, our entrance to Coral Waters, be opposite Logan Road, so it would run down the back fences of these houses in Memory Boulevard. When we did our subdivision plan, we put it in the area that we felt was best for Innes Park, basically.
It's probably the only spot it could go, really, but it was the most sensible spot to put it. But anyway, after we got over the crossroad scenario, then council insisted basically it goes to a roundabout. Common sense says it wouldn't have fitted anyway in a million years, but they insisted on it. It's silly things like that that frustrate you.
We had to go to a negotiated decision to actually get our original plan approved, which we did.
The construction side, yeah, again, being a builder, I figured, well, and I know that a few roads around, as they say, they ship soil and from this spot to that spot and charge you for it for no reason. But I thought, well, besides that, I wouldn't mind giving it a go. So being a builder, I thought, well, I can read levels and etc. etc. So I'll give it. Yeah, I'll give it a go. And yes, it was again a major hurdle, I suppose, you had to sort of jump through because it's not as easy as it seems. That's for sure. Buying the equipment, I know I went to the town to look at a bulldozer. I thought, well, I probably need a dozer, so, and then coming home with an excavator, 20-tonne excavator, and telling Rose, so I just bought an excavator. He said, oh, what's it like? I said, I don't know, I haven't seen it yet. The old excavator, basically it's probably the main machine that you use, I would suggest, for most developing, or doing this type of developing anyway. You're cutting your roads and all your drainage, which is sewer, lines and stormwater. Levelling, it's probably the main machine on the job. You've got, and the backhoe, it does its little bits as well, but this is probably the main machine, I'd say. And you got your trucks, water truck you use a fair bit to keep dust down. Roads, water the roads up, try and get them to a bit of compaction, and etc. etc. At the same time, and even when the road came around, well, Bob Johnson was alive then. Bob was doing the stage next door, and he wanted to put a drainage easement through and from his, and we had to talk to him and said, well, instead of putting drainage through where the drainage comes through, why don't we make it a road? That way we can then loop our road into it to make it a bit easier for people next door rather than us be isolated and them isolated. Anyway, it worked in good, he was good.
Better outcome for the area,
yeah,
wasn't it?
That was far better. People walk from the estate next door now through that road and they just walk across the beach. It's quite good.
It's probably a really exciting time when we actually managed to finish all the work and get council to sign off.
Get title.
And get title, yes, yeah. And achieve our first settlement. Yahoo!
Shamefus. Definitely.
And then watching the houses being
Go
built.
up.
Meeting the people who are purchasing the land and watching them construct their houses. It's really nice now, just because we live on the estate, watching people, the families, walk across to the beach through the estate, pushing their prams, and you know, it's not just the it'll be a whole range of family. It'll be the grandparents, the parents and the grandchildren that you'll see going through.
Yeah, not just from our estate, from the estate next door as well. Like I was saying before, a lot of people use it. Yeah.
When we do our next stage, we'll actually formalise the pathway through there when we get to stage 5B.
Yeah, we're putting a walkway through from the estate across to the beach. So it's not just for our estate, it'll be basically for the whole community. And yes, it's one of the reasons that prompted us to do that was because the amount of people that actually walked through from next door, and it's a vacant block of land up there, and they used to walk across this vacant block of land at the time to the beach. So we thought, well, we'll give something back to the community. We'll put a walkway through, and everyone can use it. So yes, it should be good.
because if we hadn't done that, then when the vacant block of land was built on, everyone would have to walk up via the shop in Innes Park and right around.
Tell me about the timing of the development.
With the timing though, we were really lucky because we did stage 1 and 2, which was 24 lots, and the market was definitely in our favour at that time. We managed to sell all of those and then move on with stage 3 and 4 and sell basically both those stages before the global financial crisis hit.
We were fortunate.
Yeah, we were fortunate. If our timing had been off, then it would have been exceptionally hard.
Might have to have a night job.
You put so much hard work and you had a very strong vision for the estate. Do you think that that contributed to the success of the sales?
I think so. People that live here really love it, and you can see that because they're family buyers here as well. There's quite a number of families in the estate, the grandparents and the parents. So, you know, family comes to visit and they end up buying here and settling as well. Would do it again.
Oh, I think we'd do it again, yeah.